Alright, hello and welcome back to the Roottrees are dead. Last session, we completed the game. We basically finished the game. We did all... we filled out all of the family tree. And then we got given the secret file, right? Which was to find out two other names. Which was the farmhand, EC, and his spouse, which was basically Miller. I forgot. Was it John Miller? I think it was John Miller. But EC, we found out he was, one of the 5 pieces originally. But he got disowned. So there was technically 6 pieces. And his name was, EC was Edward. Was his name Edward? Edward Clancy. Basically, the reverse of Clancy Edward, right? But yeah, it was Edward Clancy, and he was the one who adopted Sam Roottrees. Yeah, I wouldn't say I still don't get it. Sam is the illegitimate child of I would say Patricia and Elias, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, no? But anyway, Sam hates Elias Jr. and, her father, her actual biological father and mother, I believe. And she was also the one who gave us the... she was the one who set us up, she was the one who... what's the correct word? She was the one who... I'll get hired us, there we go. Hired is what I'm looking for. She was the one who hired us. And yeah, she wanted to uncover the secrets, the family tree and all that. And yeah, she had all the evidence now. Well, after we completed the family tree, she has all the evidence she needs to shed light on the Roottrees company. And yeah, she published the book, right? It got mixed reviews. There's a new president as well. And it brings us to our next objective, which is the Roottreemania, Saturday night, Roottreemania. I'll see you on Saturday. Roottreemania. A Roottreemania, Saturday. Roottreemania. Is it a reference to WrestleMania? Who knows? But it said, find out what happens to the infamous family in a whole new mystery. So we're trying to find... There's another mystery. I think this is the unique story. A new story to the Roottrees are dead from the... browser game version, the 2023 version. I'm assuming the Roottrees are dead was already in the browser version. The Roottreemania will spoil unlocked content. Make sure you've tied up any loose ends before starting, and we have done that. Choose a... should we get a new one? I'll do a new one, I guess. Oh my god, there's another family tree. Oh my... And it's raining. Yeah, we also have the Clancy Trust, right? But who's this?
Hi, I'm Clark. Probably not who you expected to be knocking, but life's funny sometimes.
It's Clark Rafferty.
You've done well staying anonymous. It took us a while to track you down. A lot has happened in the last year. Far too much of it public. But there's stuff going on behind the scenes, too.
Yeah, I would imagine Clark sounding like this. But, the years has gone by, right?
I never wanted to be president. I'm not great with stress. With my mother's deteriorating I'm sorry, I'm rambling. I'm not here for sympathy. So
Clark became the next Roottrees. That's a bit weird, isn't it?
Now that it's public knowledge, the Clancy Trust covers any Roottrees despite their history with us. A lot of potential cousins have surfaced.
Alright, okay.
You may have seen that man on the cover of News Time. It was a disaster for us. And then Miracle went and made it all about himself. The long and short of it is, a lot of potential cousins just showed up.
The more cousins showed
Sam's
up.
helping some of them. But she's not really going about it the right way. And she's not taking calls from anyone in the family. I let it slip through a mutual friend that I found you, and I was stopping in. It's manipulative, but I'm hoping she'll reach out to you. You can let her know I'm on her side. In the meantime, if you're willing, I can share our files with you. Pass them along to Sam if she reaches out. I'm genuinely hoping she'll realize I'm an ally. Feel free to do your own research. I've been told you enjoy things like this. To each their own.
Alright, so... Oh, no. Possible infidelities. What's this? You can open this envelope when the whole tree has been filled. We've got the whole tree done in here, yeah. So Clark Rafferty, right there. Alright, there's a new photo of him? Question mark? New photo of a few other people, I think. Chris Rafferty. Alright, let's start, I guess. Noble events. Today is August 3rd. Hey, that's my birthday. 99 and 1 years old. It has been 8 months since you helped Sam Madsen with the necessary research for her book. Sam was true to her word and paid you an incredible large sum of money. Yeah, we got a bit of that Planted Trust money. She never mentioned you by name, however, so you've managed to keep a low profile. The Roottrees, on the other hand, have none. Below is a summary of notable events since the book's release, though you can refresh your memory in full detail by searching online. 6 pieces. Sam Madsen book about Elias's Roottree was released in February. It was a bestseller for a few months. At the time, Cal had not yet been replaced. Okay. The Roottree Rift. In March, the Roottree company stumbled publicly as they attempted to respond to the book's release. With multiple conflicting press releases and a clear lack of leadership. Clark Rafferty Lowe. Clark was announced as the permanent successor to Cal Roottrie. And welcome Sam Madsen to the family officially. The company hired an outside legal group to handle the changes to the Planted Trust. This included any other new questions of lineage. Lineage. After this announcement, there was a rash of different people claimed to be Roottrees, mostly dismissed as opportunists and scammers. The highest profile of these by a wide margin was a rapper named Felix Fellows, who changed his moniker to 5Ps as a publicity move. At the same time, 5Ps is the only notable person on the update tree. Roottreemania, in another high-profile mistake. Miracle Roottrie publicly and vehemently denied that 5Ps was a Roottree. The Roottree's legal team then offered to do a DNA test to get 5Ps to drop his claim, and in a moment that caught what seemed like the entire world by storm, the test proved he was a Roottree. Suddenly, the world was obsessed with the Roottrees. Anonymon and Jane Doe Roottree. In July, an anonymous woman, who press began to refer her as Anonymon, appeared in interviews with her face and voice disguised. She claimed that an affair with a Roottree led to the birth of her daughter, aka Jane Doe Roottree. If true, this would make her daughter yet another seeker Roottree, and therefore entitled to a share of the Planted Trust. Nobody knew it at the time, but this would turn out to be the last chapter in the Roottreemania saga. As more of Anomalon's story came out, people began to notice how much it echoed 5Ps in nearly every, I don't know where the hell I got it early from, nearly every significant way. The court of public opinion began to turn, confirming the world's suspicion. The DNA test, orchestrated by the lawyers on both sides, proved that her daughter was not a Roottree. This final verdict caused public disappointment, smugness from the doubters, and countless accusations of the entire deal being an elaborate hoax of attempt at fraud. Things got a bit ugly, and the fun of Roottreemania seemed to disappear overnight. Now, months later, it feels like a distant memory. Do I get the notes out? Oh, wait, here we go. Kindergarten to 12th grade. Yeah, it would have been nice if I thought of a few. Oh, wait, family reminders? Page titles can be renamed to third cousins. Wait, I don't know. God damn it. I should have read all this before I did the whole thing. Maybe it could have helped. Well, I got around to it at the end of it, didn't I? But that was the welcome page, right? Alright, so, I guess 6 pieces by Sam Madsen. Should I read 6 pieces by Sam Madsen? Alright, can I highlight that? No. The Roottrees rift. The Roottrees stumbling publicly as they attempt to respond to the book release with multiple conflicting press release. That could be something I should look into. Minecraft TV Loro. That's who hired us this time around. 5Ps. Rap named by Felix Fellows. There we go. Roottreemania by Miracle Roottree. But it turned out 5Ps was a Roottrie. Phenomenon and Jane Doe Roottrie. Very important names here. But and then, yeah, they did confirm the world suspicion DNS test. But Jane Doe Roottrie isn't? Question mark. Alright, what's the next piece? Previously on the Roottrees. A lot of stuff, a lot of different results. Below is a reminder. The Roottrie Company was founded by Elias and Gwyneth many years ago. The entire family has a financial reliance on health of that company. Most of the action took place in or around Butler Country, Pennsylvania, where the company was initially located. Elias and Raina were on the cover of magazines. Other notable Roottries such as Lauren Roottree, Miracle Roottree, and Jim Roottree have physical media such as record books, albums, and movies associated with them. Wait, hold on. I have a feeling that I don't have the streamer mode enabled on Discord. If something pings up, that would have been me. Alright. Lauren's 2 diaries were probably the most useful resources overall. Yep. The 5 pieces, Elias's judge could be identified based on the initials of the original candy floss, and they were in order by birth date. Ascending order? I would say it would be, yeah, ascending order. There were 5 presidents. Stephanie Jones and Brian Jones were featured in campaign posters, led to Caroline Morden's art book. What happened? I just scrolled down and then it suddenly disappeared. Which enabled to fill out more of the tree. Many of the younger Rootrees were found by following a complex rabbit through a conspiracy side leading to Chris Rafferty, Lauren grandson, Chris Raff 75. November Roottrie was difficult to place. The occupation could only be found via Brian Joseph's company website. That is true. Like, she was like the last person. But at the end of the day, we figured... Well, we figured out. I mean... I figured out that she was the dancer, right? Because she has that November Studios. Ronald and his brother Robbie Roottree go by Ron and Robbie. Both worked on TV shows called Brother Trouble until Robbie embezzled the money and fled to Paris. Ron unsuccessfully tried to have Robbie removed from the clan's trust. Sam and her father were critically mentioned in the book about historical errors. There were also a few dead ends and red herrings. Aloysius Herring Roottree, who claimed he was a Roottree but was not. Family Man, a book about Elias Roottree, turned out to be propaganda and not useful. Lauren's other books, historical romance novels, were not useful. Caroline Modern Sculpture was not useful. Yeah, that's correct. Whoa, who's this? Who's this picture? Should that be the next? Should that be the picture? Or push it? Yeah, take a photo of that. Who's that guy? Time? Yeah, can you do stuff on here? Hold on. What's the family doku? Can I do stuff? You get out of here. 927. Alright, we got so many things. What the hell? Possible infidelity 1. Was this infidelity? Infidelity. Alright, yeah, we have... Let's time to search. Wait, actually, we got some new stuff in the house. That wasn't there. Was that always there? Alright, let's just go in. Connect to the internet. Let's handshake. I got all my old stuff. Cool. I guess we start with 5Ps. 5Ps aka Philip Fellows is a rapper who has found some recent radio play after being publicly confirmed as a long-lost Rootree and entitled to part of their fortune. His alias, 5Ps, is play on 5 pieces. An article you find on a website known for their particularity. What? It's not particularity. Particularly harsh reviews. Known for their particularly harsh reviews of modern music, gives his most recent album, Root of Evil, 1 star out of 7. For whatever reason, with the headline more poster than my action most recent. Just search this. Hello? Debut. Alright, there's a lot there. Well, we'll go back on there. With the headline more poser than my action figure collection. The review mentioned his name as David and he used to go by Dirty Davy. And others ruse the fact that his rebranding was a blatant marketing stunt at the expense of his mother's tragic past. She overdosed when he was 16. Apparently, one of the songs of the album is new, and the others were simply rewritten to turn blatant references to sex, drugs, and violence into clumsy euphemisms. His rise to prominence was kickstarted when he appeared a few months ago on the cover of News Time, holding a photo of his mother with Guy Husden. At first, the Rootree company denied it. Whatever. Vehemently? Is that how you say it? Vehemently? Miracle Rootree even appeared on the same magazine a week later. But since then, this is a pretty important thing. So, I think the first thing I should do right here is to not that. The News Time. Search that. Yeah, we got a new periodical. Rapper 5Ps famously appeared on the cover, claimed to be a Rootree. Then 1 week later, Miracle Rootree did the same, denying that he was. Because of this high-profile back-to-back discourse, right before the start of the Roottreemania, we should be searching that as well. Where's my notes? I'll take away 5P since we've done that. Roottreemania. Okay. They appear to be the de facto publication to get news about the ongoing Rootree saga. Okay. They reported record subscriber numbers during this time, which lasted until the end of the Roottreemania, so that ended apparently. When the world generally stopped paying much attention and they went back to reporting on more traditional news. Okay. What's this? Guy Hudson? Holding a photo of his mother with Guy Hudson. Alright. Oh no. We have yeah. Sorry about the yawn, but we have all of the old ones as well. Alright, let's see Root of Evil. Root of all evil. All Your Problems was the first and only single released. They were re-recorded with lyrical differences. After dropping the single, 5Ps announced he retained the infamous celebrity lawyer Stevie Whitlock, big name, to sue his family. Today, it doesn't seem like he followed through. At first, the single didn't make much of a splash, but Whitlock, known for publicity stunts, paid thousands of teenagers a few dollars an hour to call and request a video on MTV, which increased his profile. MTV eventually caught on and banned the video altogether, which in turn received national news coverage and made the song even more popular. All Your Problems? This track is the only new song on the album. The subject matter of the song is the hypocrisy of those that claim money is evil. It points out that the only people who think money is evil are those that have it, those that can afford not to be greedy. In the song, 5Ps triumphantly talks about taking the Rootree's wealth due to it being his birthright and giving it to those who need it most. Let's have a listen. By the 5Ps. Kinda catchy though. It received some airplay but didn't make a big splash. Alright, here we go.
Attention, Roottrees. This is 5Ps coming at you from the real world. You know,
Man, y'all are hypocrites, sitting back in your massive estates, built from the cash that your ancestors gave you, acting like you somehow deserve it, based on your family's creations. Yo. But look at here, sonny, don't you come for our money, or you might burn bright in hellfire someday, like that Madsen chick and her two dads. My pappy's cleansing trust should keep you away. Yo, it's disturbing, catching a sermon from a geezer who's never known hurt, but blurts out these claims that somehow we're sinners because we didn't earn it.
Yo, this is a long ass track. What the fuck?
For you with your name, you expect me to treat your lectures on greed as some expert creed from he without blame. About instead,
Why? This is so long. What the fuck, dude?
You'll know just where to aim.
You say money is a root of all your problems.
Alright, we'll just let it play.
Take those problems away.
Alright, what we got next?
Whoever calls dollars the root of all evil, just trying to make small pursuits of real people. You silver spoon feeds you the world's purest treacle, while real world folks burn their spoons with a needle. So once more with passion, tell this poor tragic orphan how your mansions and
Whoa, got the-
Porsches are actually horrible. How I'm better off penniless.
Who's been playing that trash can?
That's actually extortion with your candy ass name, synonymous with sweets. Oh, you wanna call
Wow,
me
where are we?
gangster from Portland, but I play that game.
Alright.
Came up on the streets, the only streets you reppin' are Park Place and Boardwalk. Hypocrisy, monopoly is toppling. When I knock, have G's. Top off my pockets, please. Cause the same God that got to steal my mom from me is what he wants, right? With you to live in poverty, and if you're suddenly not eager to unhand that fortune, that's unfortunate. I guess I'm gonna have to take my portion, and I'll do it all legally. Class action, courtroom, decorum. I'm way past your fancy ass dormant.
You say money is a root of all
Yeah, this is very 90s though. This is very 90s.
those problems away.
Bring the choir in.
You say money is a root of all your problems. Let me take those problems away.
Alright. Whoops, sorry about that. I was reading the whole thing, but I forgot skipping the music was... Ah, shit. I'm an idiot. I should have went by that. Fuck. Well, basically, I read through this. We got to... Yeah, well, we basically read through this, basically. Fuck's sake. Oh, I'm an idiot because the skip was my mute button. Alright, yeah. Basically, I was just saying that the shirt, you know, the I'm a Secret Rootree was the shirt we saw at the title screen. Also, let's see. Let me just see if I could summarize this anyways. So, Roottreemania happened when 5P said he was a Rootree, right? I'm assuming this was Roottreemania. Well, I guess Miracle Rootree kind of also started as well, you know, when they went the back and forth, I guess. So he's kind of involved with it. But Roottreemania is basically, I guess, an arc, a phenomenon maybe, that, you know, after 5Ps was actually a Rootree, people jumped on the bandwagon, right? And a lot of people took advantage of the situation. And yeah. Other related things, yeah, Lawn Diaries, the Six Pieces book. And people were digging up some biographies for Carl Rootree and his family, right? But yeah. I think I could write this off. Unless there's something here that's... I'm a secret Rootree. Actually, you know, let's... Do you think it's related? No. I'm a secret Rootree. Unauthorized biographies. I think we got nothing. I think this is the... Well, I wouldn't say it's a dead end, but... They said there was a website, but I don't think it's related. Alright, let's just cross that out. Roottreemania. Should I search 6 pieces on the public library? Sam Madsen. 6 pieces. Yep, there we go. Sam Madsen's book was released earlier this year and details the truth about life's future, as well as Sam's father, Edward Clancy, and John Miller. He helped verify her story. So much of the book's contents are familiar to you. That said, Sam had some sections on other family secrets and rumors. Much of it didn't matter to the primary purpose of the book, but some of it is new to you. It may be important to your new search. Alright, cool. Oh, shit. Yeah, I can't be taking this photo, though. For the thumbnail. Sam's book has a few different passages about her own history with the company and the rumors and gossip she collected during that tenure. She ran the farm for a period, starting around 1968 after the death of Elias Rootree until her daughter, Gwyneth, took over in 1984. Most of the relevant rumors coincide? Is that how I say it? Coincide, right? With the reign of Guy Hudson, who took over as the president in 1978. Guy was the third person, right? Sam was very much not a fan of Guy. And according to 6 pieces, it was an open secret within the family that Guy was very much not a fan of, remaining faithful to his wife, Patricia. Many of their hires at the time were young single women, and Guy often spent a lavishing amount of money on private parties. This was 20 years ago, and Sam warned that most of it is hearsay. Still, you find the following information that may be relevant. On Sam's farm? Yeah, supervisors were named Elizabeth. Elizabeth had a daughter who Sam never met, who worked as one of Guy's secretaries. According to Elizabeth, a caterer from a local restaurant called Antonellis met her daughter at one of Guy's parties. I guess that's pretty important now. I guess Elizabeth as well. We'll just... If I don't forget, I guess. Met her daughter at one of the guy's parties, and they eloped quickly due to a pregnancy. Elizabeth wasn't aware that the party was for swingers. Alright, well, that's a crazy party. And rumor has it, her daughter showed up with Guy and didn't seem comfortable switching partners. So, yeah, that's even more awkward, isn't it? Guy's Guy's only contribution, his main positive, was that evolving, expanding to markets previously untapped by Rootree. However, when he went on trips overseas, they were often for weeks at a time, and Guy was known for spending more time and money on unofficial business than meeting with distributors and manufacturers. It was said that he bribed at least one politician to open a factory in Brazil. There was a small section where Sam speculates that Elias may have also cheated on Gwyneth. Okay, well, the founder, Gwyneth, was also much kinder to Sam than Elias was, and was the first to invite Sam to family events. While she has no hard evidence, she always got the impression that Gwyneth was able to coerce Elias into allowing Sam back into the family using some kind of leverage, instead of it being a natural course of events. She mentioned that Elias and Gwyneth were known to loudly argue sometimes about another woman. Okay. Sam also says her son, Ernie, once asked her who's Beth, because he overheard them yelling about someone with that name. Beth. Okay. I lied. As far as Sam knows, Elias once had a secretary named Elizabeth, a different Elizabeth on the farm, so might as well just take this whole thing. Sam knows, yeah, might as well, fuck it. Okay, so we've got new things here. Alright. Most of the relevant information coincide, with Patricia. Many of these hires at the time and spend lives on private ways. Yeah. Am knows. No, don't take that. Yeah, what happens if you highlight all this? Is it just gonna take the whole thing? Oh no, that's pretty smart. That's smart. That's called good. That's good programming. Right there. It probably does like a check or something. There's a lot of stuff here. Yeah, actually, I could feel the tree, right? Who's this tree? A Roottrees? What? So is this Guy Hudson? Is that one point? Guy Hudson? He was the third president, I think. You have a picture of him? Is it this guy, right? Yeah, Guy Hudson, huh? What was he doing, huh? Because this must be, what's his name? This guy is Felix. Whoa, first name and... Wait, why is it so different here? Did I change something? What did I do? Felix. What's his name? Is another F, right, fellows? And he is a musician, rapper? No, musician. Okay. Yeah, why is it different like that? I don't like that. Wait. Yeah, I actually don't like that. What the hell? Enable search all in periodicals. I got nothing. So I need to find pictures of this guy. Oh, there's an older version of this page in the time travel archive. Oh no, why do we have time travel archives now? Is he in Team Blast? He apparently was. 5 pieces are popular and attractive enough that even though his music is not targeted towards teen girls, they seem to be paying attention anyways. While he hasn't done any interviews with the magazine, they listed him amongst the hunky hotties for the past few months with small bios to tell you various facts about him. This includes his real name, David. Okay. And his birthday, his star sign, and where he grew up, foster care in Portland. So wait, his name is David? I guess it's David Fellows then. Congratulations, David Fellows. A letter to the editor also claims that it's not possible that he was born in 1997, because he claimed on a song called 17 magazine that he turned 17 in 1992. The editor responds with a statement that they've reached out to his agent to ask about the song and were told it wasn't performed by 5 Piece and that they shouldn't print rumors. He was born in 1997. So 17 magazine, sometimes 17 magazine. is the title of an unreleased and controversial song by Dirty Davy. There are mentions of it on a few sites, claiming that it was on the first release of his first mixtape but was removed. There's no audio or visual evidence of it existing, but there are independent accounts from people who claim to have heard it. And they do generally line up. Alright, according to the recollection, it was about many different loosely connected occurrences to the number 17, mostly violent. The intro states it was written on Davy's 17th birthday and involved a fictional but glorified series of murders at a fashion show for a teenage magazine with a similar name to the song title. The person doing the violence was apparently trying to beat Dahmer's high score. Jeffrey Dahmer pleaded guilty. Wow, is it actually linked to an actual murder? Like, okay. You think Jeffrey Dahmer had something? Alright. 17 magazine? What, is there something called like 16 magazine? 15 magazine? 14 magazine? 18 magazine? Alright. So Team Blast, I'm done with that. Alright, 5Ps, here we go, on News Time. 5Ps, Felix Fellows, famously appeared on the cover of News Time, kicking off Roottreemania. And a week later, after Miracle Roottree appeared on the cover of the oh, well, I guess... Yeah. So, it was just only 5Ps, and then Miracle was like, hang on a second, when this Roottreemania was going on. Article focuses heavily on 5Ps as well. Okay, we've got articles and a photo of him. Jesus. That's him? Oh, this photo. We see 5Ps, aka Felix Fellows, appeared on the cover of News Time holding a photo of his mother and Guy Hudson. The article concerns his insistence that his father was Guy Hudson. The story was dramatic and sensational and initially dismissed as fake, until DNA tests proved that he was related to Guy Hudson. 5Ps say that his mother, Joanna, was Zach's modern secretary. Okay, so we've got Joanna. I don't know her last name, so we'll leave that Joanna was Zach Morden's secretary when he retired. And then Guy Hudson's secretary for only 1 or 2 weeks after that before she quit. The first few weeks that he was president. His parents divorced when he was 4 after his father learned of an affair. Felix and his mother then moved to Portland because she was afraid for her and her son's life. He grew up with her until he was 16, but one day his mother never came home from the movie rental store where she worked for the register. Alright, so she worked in retail. I mean, unless there's something else, like, I think she worked in retail, right? Yeah, so retail actually makes an appearance there. Next morning, they found her dead from an overdose in her car. She had stolen all of the cash from her drawer and spent it on heroin. As Felix, and he was 16 here. As Felix went through her belongings, the only thing he had to remember her by were a hairbrush she always used, some photos, and a stuffed animal from her childhood. Then he found it, a box hidden in the back of her closet. Inside were love letters and photos related to Guy Hudson, as well as a letter from his father containing threats. He threw it all away, with the exception of the one photo he appears with on the cover of News Time. It says the only one where they were dressed. The only one, not from the affair itself. The picture is shown fully inside the magazine. Wait. So Felix Fellows was born to Riley and Joanna Fellows. Who's Riley? Riley Fellows? I guess Joanna Fellows then. Never rapped without a moniker. He tried to find success by opening for other artists and even by selling CDs on the street corners in Portland. He has only recently started going as 5Ps to harness the power of his lineage. Right, did come research. Whoa, I just like skipped the whole thing. What? If I did some research into the truth of these claims, and were able to confirm that Joanna did work for the Roottrees company as a secretary sometime during the early mid-70s. It also confirmed she died of a drug overdose and that Felix went to foster care soon after. They were unable to track down his father. Who's Riley? Or do they just mean they were unable just to track down his actual father? They also reached out to the Roottrees company, but at the moment, the company's blanket statement was, since the release of a recent book, Roottrees has seen an overwhelming number of false ancestral claims. None have been factual, and nearly all have been knowing dishonest. We encourage individuals to reach out to us in an official capacity, as opposed to attempting to use our name in the media for publicity. Alright, let's take this photo. Roottrees family picnic. Let's see that photo again. Should I take a photo of this? This might be something for the thumbnail. Alright. Well, let's take those faces. Anyone else? Any other faces we got? No. Alright, okay, and I was just trying to see how they would do moving stuff. The rapper 5Ps appeared on the cover of News Time holding this Polaroid of his mother, Joanna, when she was Zach Morden's secretary at a company picket. Here's Joanna and Guy Hudson also in the photo, for having an affair that led to his birth. So Guy is his father, right? Is that what I'm picking up? I don't know who this person is. Oh yeah, I do have Guy. Is this gonna... Oh, do I need 4 people? Fuck. Yeah, now I'm looking at Guy. Holy, what has he done? Look at all these infidelities. Poor Patricia, man. Patricia Jones. Alright. We got family tree update. I don't know what that could be, but... Alright, so who's this? Miracle. Who's this? Miracle... Is this guy Miracle Jr. or Miracle... Miracle Jr. surely, right? Looks like Miracle Jr. Could be Miracle the Third, but let's see. Miracle Roottrees appeared on the cover of News Time shortly after 5Ps. He then vehemently denied that 5Ps was a Roottrees. This article was before the DNA tested and proven it. Miracle doesn't focus much on the details of 5P's accusation regarding his mother and Guy Hudson. Instead, he comes across as exhausted at the events that's been going on behind the scenes, as well as the character of those he feels are attacking his family. He starts with 5Ps. Starts with 6 pieces content. He says that although most of the book was based in fact, it left out anything that would fit the agenda. He points out Sam's daughter still earns a generous salary from overseeing. Yeah, I still don't understand how the salary is. It they get paid for every how much the suite costs? I don't know who. Actually, this photo is pretty crazy. Who's that in the shadows? Anyway, well, let's see. What is it? Generous from the Roottrees. And that Sam did the same before her. Oh, still earns a generous salary from overseeing the farm division. And that Sam did the same before her. Sam's salary was not disputed. And that really it was only her son who chose to take on a job with no salary. What did he do? No, what? What did she... What did her... Yeah, Madsen Jr. Well, rest in peace, right? And Ernest Jr. passed away, right? Claims that though they didn't have to, the family help paid for her son's medical bills. After voting, it was the right thing to do. Miracle also says that the story about his father, Elias shooting EC, was one-sided, leaving out Edward Clancy blame in the whole thing. Elias gave him a simple ultimatum: stop sinning or be disowned. Miracle says, this is Miracle. So is this? Yeah, this is Miracle Roottrees. This ain't Miracle Jr. This is this guy, no? Is it this guy? It must be. He's the one who's wearing glasses, right? Alright. Miracle also says that the story about his father, Elias gave him a simple ultimatum. Stop sinning or be disowned. Stop sinning. Stop! Elias like, stop being gay. And EC was like, what the fuck, man? Alright, Miracle says it was EC's own choice. And that, yeah, no shit, bro. That Elias allowing him to earn food and shelter on the company's dime was a kindness, especially considering that he and John continued to live together. I guess so, but I don't know. Shutting him out the fund and shit, that's some nasty work. Miracle then pivots to the fallout from 6 Pieces. He recounts a deluge of claims to the Clancy Trust that the families have been subjected to. He doesn't cite any specifics, but says that every time someone comes forward, the family devolves to arguments. They had to hire an outside legal team to help. So far, every case has been demonstrably laughably false. All they do is tarnish his family's reputation. He focuses on 5Ps, who appears on news time before him. He calls him a grifter and a delinquent and says he's using the name and products to sell filth to the masses. Of all the accusations, he says that this is the most dangerous because it exposes the world to hatred. He cites 5P's lyrics as violent, sexist, and ungodly, and prays the boy will repent, retract his lies, and find religion. Lastly, he turns to the future. Miracle states that those that wish to hear the true story can join him on his farewell tour this upcoming fall. Miracle is the oldest living Roottrees and probably the only surviving 5Ps, probably. While he plans to continue preaching at it, he is the youngest as well, makes sense, right? Preaching at his church in Bullet Country after the tour. This is your last chance to hear the truth for one of the man from when I got the one. Last chance to hear from the man with the most complete recollection of one of America's most noble families in your hometown. The outcome mentions that Miracle's son, Miracle Jr., did not wish to comment and has a statement from Clark Rafferty LaRoe through the Roottrees law firm. Miracle does not speak for his entire family. We're working carefully on a plan to definitely disprove any claims of infidelity in our family's past. The article also does not refute Miracle's claim that he is the oldest living Roottrees, despite Sam Madsen being born the year before him. It's unclear if Miracle made the claim out of ignorance or spite. Let's take a phone. Smile for the camera. Who's this guy? Is that Miracle Jr.? Is that Miracle? No, actually, that looks like what's his name? Dennis. Dennis. David. Yeah, I see the tan. Don't know what they're doing. Were they sitting next to each other or something? So what's something interesting? Farewell tour, I guess? Where's that farewell tour? Miracle's the oldest living Roottrees, I guess? Or maybe I should just copy the whole... Wait. Well, don't delete the page. Where's that farewell tour? Yeah, true story can join his farewell tour this upcoming fall. Should put Miracle farewell tour. Ooh, there's an older version of this. Oh, it's the older one, the Okay. Seems Miracle Senior is going on a new tour The previous flyer for 3 generations of miracles have been replaced. Deep High History, the oldest living Rootree, repraises and retells its incredible story. Miracle Rootree grew up as one of the famous 5 Ps, living a life of wealth and luxury. The fortune was nothing to compare to the powerful force of the Almighty. Doctors determined he was destined to die young, but fate had different plans. He has lived a long and fruitful life, however now he's in his 70s. And his age is beginning to make life on the road more difficult, so consider this your last chance to see him in town, near you, before he settles back in Pennsylvania. In this intimate evening, Miracle will reminisce about his famous history. He'll discuss his family saints and sinners, and provide a unique perspective on one of the most noble families in the United States. Learn what originally drove him away from his fortune and into the arms of religion, and learn how his life become more wealthy in spirit than ever it could have been from his inheritance. Beside listed churches, notably absent are any mentions about Miracle's news appearance. Okay. Should this? I don't think this will. You think about this? Yeah, I don't think I've got anything. So showing the old stuff is from the previous storyline. Is Miracle here? So his first affair was with Joanna. Then a second affair. Is it a second affair? I don't even know. Third affair? Fourth affair? Fifth affair? Family tree update? Should I put this is a Miracle Rootree? Doesn't look like it actually. No. He might be here. Miracle Rootree. I don't know. Well, I'll do it anyways. Fuck it. Yeah, nothing. I mean, if I put every single picture, it should be one of these, right? It must be this one, right? Has to be. Is it? No, I don't think so. I should put fellows Joanna secretary. What does the tips tell me? Let me see the tips. Family reminders, school terms. Is it not this guy? $1949. Yeah, is it not him? It's not Miracle Rootree? Can't be this. This must be Gwyneth and Gwen, probably. Gwyneth and Elias, maybe? Or Elias Jr. I mean, not Elias Jr., Elias. Alright, I'll throw him out. Unless there's a picture of him I could put here. No. So he must be here. Miracle must be a naughty boy. Alright. What do we have? I think I should search him in the periodicals, I guess. Rootree. What's there to uncover? The reminders? All right, some of the did I copy the let's make some notes here. Should I re-look at the books? I don't know. Maybe there are just dead ends. Maybe not. Do unhighland? We gotta just delete the old-fashioned way. Stevie Whitlock? Oh yeah, let's search this guy. Lawyer. She became famous in the mid-1980s after successfully suing a multinational sandwich company whose 12-inch soaps were actually an average 15.5 inches long. Stevie argued that since the company sold 1 billion sandwiches per week. Yeah, that means that was enough missing sandwich to make a sub long enough to span from New York to Los Angeles. Los Angeles. The jury awarded her a paltry $5,000. The news coverage of her crusade turned out to be priceless. Unfortunately, none of this seems to be related. So just search Stevie Whitlock on use time. Okay. Yeah, alright, close it out. Yeah, this. How local restaurant name. Alright, local restaurant. Here we go. Elizabeth. It's a large number. Not because it's a chain, just because it's a common name for Italian. You may need to use a more local resource if you're looking for a specific one. One in Butler County, maybe? Yeah, here we go. Antonellis is an Italian restaurant, and it has been in the Butler counties twice. The most recent time was when it closed in 1992. The owner, Rochelle Zimmer, alright, I was alive in that name, sold the land the building was on, and at the time of the article, she was unsure if the restaurant would move to a new location or if she would retire. Many years before that, there was a puff piece from Valentine's Day in 1978 that asked recently married residents of Butler County how they met. Christine Garland responded. She and her husband, Steve, who was a chef at Antonellis, met years ago when she delivered produce. Steve. Who's Christy Garland? Wait, that sounds familiar. Mom? No, it's not Gwyneth. But according to Elizabeth, caterer from the local one met her daughter. Elizabeth wasn't aware that the pirate rumor has it that her daughter showed up. Chef. Wait, wasn't that chef? Yeah, is that a chef, right? Must be referring to this chef, right? Steve. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if Guy Hudson had it with guys, you know? This guy was probably a freak, man. Where's the... What am I looking for? I've lost my pieces. It was here, right? Never mind. It wasn't there, right? 6 pieces. Caterer? Oh, caterer, not chef. Christine Garland responds. Who's Christine Garland? Right. She and her husband Steve, who was a chef at Antonellis, met years ago when she delivered produce from her mother's farm. Stevie used to work extra hours just to be there during her deliveries. Though they grew apart when the restaurant switched suppliers, they reconnect by chance and eloped at the end of the last year. Now she has a bun in the oven, and they're both working as much as they can. She's a secretary, but went back to delivering produce on the weekends. Wait. Is that Elizabeth? He's a secretary, that's important. Christine, who is Christine Garland? Is Garland in here? In my searches? Christy, oh my god, if there's Garland here, okay. There's a possibility. I don't know who Steve is. When was this? The 1978? So yeah, definitely when Guy was added, probably. Was it not? The owner, Rochelle Zimmer. Should I search Rochelle Zimmer? I don't know if it's important. No. I don't know what else I could do here. Is that Elizabeth? Elizabeth had a daughter who Sam never met, but who worked with one of Guy's secretary. Oh, it could be Elizabeth Garland. And this daughter could be Christina Garland. So it could be Elizabeth Garland. Alright, it's possible, it's possible. What else we got? Yeah, met her daughter. Wait, O'Connell is a cave from her. Met her daughter and eloped quickly. Alright, yeah, so I got it. Yeah, met her daughter. Kara, Steve, met Elizabeth's daughter, Christine. I want to and they eloped quickly. I'm not even saying words. She wasn't aware that the party was for swingers. Rumor has it her daughter showed up with Guy and didn't seem comfortable switching partners. Showed up and didn't seem comfortable. I don't get it. Is this the next person? Or did Elizabeth had a thing with I don't know, man. Christine Garland. Business Watch. News Time, maybe? No. Actually, I should search more on Antonilis, yeah, in the periodicals. The Bullet, Country Times, so I said the yeah, I said the Harsh Sea. Bullet, Country Times. Bullet County Times. Even getting it wrong. It's not even country. Rochelle Zimmer? Sold the land? Is Rochelle Zimmer not important? It doesn't seem like it. It says sold the land. I don't think she'll be business watch, but we'll see. News Time? Nope. Alright, well, I figured something out there. Whoa, I'm having Christine Garland respond. What else I could look into? Miracle? 6 pieces? The reminder? Founded... Oh yeah, she said... Oh, wait, the stuff about... Wait, leverage? Or was it not here? Do you see Guy Hudson in the Bullet County Times? Has not been updated. Not been updated. Why there's like so much stuff about this? What's the periodical I have? News. Focusing on current events. We already searched that, didn't we? It's not been updated. November Roottrees was hard. Lauren's other books. Yeah, why there's like so much intuition here? Elias Jr.? Maybe something about Elias Jr.? I don't know. Elias Roottrees. Nothing. Business Watch hasn't been updated. Hasn't been updated. Nothing. One of these people must be I don't have a picture. Yeah, I need more pictures. I'm gonna find pictures. Oh yeah, should we do a nom, I guess? Whoa, 200 word essay here. Holy. Was a high profile, second to highest. I'll just skip through. In the day after the news article, Sam Madsen probably supported a phenomenon due to some parts of the story she found particularly credible. Okay, maybe I should read the whole thing then. Instead of calling herself a Roottrees, however, she claimed she slept with Guy Hudson, another person, and that her daughter was a Roottrees. The accusation came to light during the Roottreemania. It began with a brief TV interview. She appeared in the shadows, Even though she referred her daughter as Jane Doe Roottrees. The name phenomenon was not self-inflicted. It seemed to spring up organically because nobody knew how else to refer her. The day after the News Time article, Sam Madsen publicly supported a phenomenon due to some parts of the story she found particularly credible. Yeah, I was going to say a phenomenon. Yeah, I was trying to make that joke there. Alright, with the momentum from Sam's endorsement, a phenomenon went on a media blitz. Ultimately, this backfired. As more details came out, people became skeptical of her story due to the extreme similarity of 5Ps. Her accusation even included many of the same details as his mother's story. That her job as a secretary and in the time period of late 70s, after fumbling the 5P story so publicly, the Roottrees were more prepared to handle all kinds of trust-related case. Within a week, a DNA test proved that Anomanom's daughter could not be related to the Roottrees. This was announced at a joint press conference with lawyers representing both Anomanom and the Roottrees. Each party ensured their respective clients provided accurate samples. Immediately after the negative results were released, many of those who already been skeptical felt vindicated. Others who had built up hope and history could repeat itself after 5Ps felt duped. Many people suspect the whole affair has been a hoax to gain fame and money. Many demanded that Anomanom be held accountable, and some people even began to attempt to track her down her true identity. The Roottrees company felt pressured to put out a second statement, trying to curb some of the backlash, even going so far as to say though it was scientifically proven that Jane Doe Roottrees is not a Roottrees, that doesn't mean that the mother and Guy Hudson were not involved in the affair. She had every right to make her claim, as it has been verified that her stories about Guy Hudson were not exaggeration. Please leave the family alone. So, Anomanom had an affair with Guy Hudson, huh? Publication was the beginning of the end for Roottreemania. So this finished Roottreemania. Since much of the fun was the shared fascination about secret Roottrees. Is that something I should be highlighting? Others think, like any fad, it's just a ran its course naturally. Regardless, this was the final noble event related to the release of 6 pieces, and things soon went back to normal. Yeah, let's see the thing. Yo, I thought I was nearly done with the ideas. I was like, oh, it's over for us. No. Got a few things. Alright, here we go. An anonymous woman appeared on the cover of News Time holding a picture of her daughter, Jane Doe Roottrees. The first and only mention of the phrase phenomenon in News Time came the week after, when they issued an apology for featuring her in the first place. Okay, and what should I put? Jane Doe Roottrees? I'll copy Jane Joe Roottrees. Let's see the picture. Here we go again. Another claim to a famous name. There's no intuition on this. What the hell? Oh, do I have a pixel? Can I put this in the... No. We don't have that tech yet, huh? Alright, through a DNA test, our Nominon's daughter was not Roottrees. This article, which did refer to her daughter as Jane Doe Roottrees, but did not coin the phrase Nominon, came before all that, right around the time of her first interview, TV interview. This is the story. In a homage to the previous cover, she holds a photo of her daughter. Unlike 5 pieces, she wished to remain anonymous, and both photos were scared. The anonymous woman claimed to have an affair with Guy Hudson while she was working as a secretary. She and another woman were hired at the same time during a transitional period where many of the secretaries that worked under Zach Modern was already gone. She says that she and the other woman who were both underqualified, as neither had typewriter experience. According to other staff members interviewed, Guy had his own requirements for hiring women. Guy liked to throw lavish parties, and the longer he was president, the more excuses he found. The anonymous woman posits that these parties mostly seem to be an excuse to having after parties at Guy's home, featuring much more alcohol and other substances. She claims she slept with him at one of these parties. She confronted Guy when she found out she was pregnant. Guy didn't seem fazed, and they came to an arrangement. He paid her a significant amount of hush money on a recurring basis under the table. She used it to move away and start a new life with her daughter. When Guy died, the money stopped coming, and she assumed things had run their course. She went back to work at the department store and hoped that nobody would ever look too closely at how she paid for her house. She told everyone that her daughter's father walked out one day and never came back. She claimed that after seeing the fantastic article in News Times, she realized that she wasn't the only one this happened to. While she never worked at the Roottrees company at the same time as 5 Pieces' mother, Joanna, their story seems eerily similar, and she knew Felix was telling the truth right away. Oh, there's more. I was about to close it. The article possessed no tangible evidence of the anonymous time at Roottrees, and all payments were allegedly made in cash. However, using details that she provided to News Time, their reporters were able to reach out to the other woman hired at the same time, who also remained anonymous. They successfully fact-checked the timeline of both women and confirmed the existence of the infamous after parties. 5 Piece case was strengthened, and this new story was subsequently published. Man, this is tough work here. Is that my PC? I'm hearing like a Nom. I guess we search for Jane Roottrees, I guess. Jane Joe Roottrees. Oh, there's nothing much, man. I thought we had something. That's the worst part about it. Our secret Roottrees. Secret Roottrees. Don't have much. How about the 6 pieces? Yeah, I figured this one out already. Guy's main positive contribution. She speculates that Gwyneth and Elias may have cheated. Yeah. Then I have a feeling this must be I don't know, bro. Well, when was this? 1980... 1908? This must be Elias Roottrees, right? He was the first president. Don't have a picture of the guy, though. Them also Elias once had a secretary named Elizabeth. Is it Elizabeth? Elizabeth. Somebody said Beth, right? I don't have pictures. That's the that's the worst part about this. Should I look into? Let's see the reminders. Must be something here. It's founded by Elias and Gwyneth. Most of their ground with the company was in it. Elias Carvena was in there. Should I search up Carl Roottrees? Nothing. Or maybe Clark. Graffiti. Laurel. What was the things I have to search? Did I... have I wasted all my options? I don't think I have. Yeah, we figured that one out already. Elizabeth Beth. A different Elizabeth. Rochelle Zimmer from the owner of the Antonellis. We put Antonellis. Is that how you even spell it? Is this Elizabeth? Elizabeth. Garland? This must be... if she had a daughter, it must be Christine Garland. I'm assuming she was secretary. We put secretary here? I don't have a fourth person. That's the worst part. What other things? Yeah, Clark. Yeah, should I just search Clark? Was announced as the permanent successor. Let's just search Clark. Yeah, here we go. Is now the new president of the Roottrees. This does not include Root, which appears to have his own new leadership. Oh, should I? Yeah, look into Root. In the early March of 1999, about 5 months ago, it was announced that both Clark Rafferty Laveau and Ron Roottrees would be taking over. Oh shit. Ron, you know, a bit of redemption. For what essentially described as a transitional period in the aftermath of Six Pieces. About 2 weeks later, the company released a press statement that thanked Ron for his work, but announced that Clark was the new permanent president. Most of the information about Clark you already knew. Many discussions of him tend to focus on his advertising career, and that his mother was Lauren Roottrees. Few seems to touch on his complex and volatile marital history. Yeah, crazy. Went with all the Laurels, except the Diamond. Since taking over, Clark has tried to remain out of the spotlight, but did have one noticeable foray into the public eye. He gained a lot of support when his first move was a statement in favor of accepting Sands from Until and her family into the trust. This also served as an announcement that Clancy Trust would no longer be handled by anyone in the family, since due to their financial motivation, none of them could ever be impartial. Okay. Let's see, yeah, what Root's been doing. Who owns it now? A memorial section to the deceased members of the family, but it contains no new info. The recent catalog, Spring 999, had an entirely black cover with no text on it. On the leadership page, you learn that Root is currently managed by a designer who was apparently Brenda's wife's second in command. You don't recognize the name, and she seems unrelated to your search. There's also a scholarship page. On it, you find information about the Roottrees sisters' fashion scholarship. It is awarded to 3 underprivileged high school girls each year who wish to pursue a career in fashion. Apparently, it also gives them an opportunity to show off their designs on professional models on a real runway. According to the site, the fund was created directly from shares that would have contributed to the inheritance of the Roottrees sisters if they were still alive. Like other aspects of the Clancy Trust, it's managed by Ruby Legal Enterprises. That's a big name. Okay. We'll also look into the Roottrees sisters fashion scholarship. Okay, nothing. Guess there's no important names there. I guess Ruby Legal Enterprises is what we're looking for. Could look into Clancy Trust. Let's see. Oh boy. Clancy Trust is a Roottrees company unusual legal arrangement. Yeah, as a recap, the entire family earns inheritance directly from profits of the candy company, as well as their sister company, Root, for the period. This means they nearly every Roottrees could potentially have a say in the company's high-level operation. Historically, this caused the family to be slow to approve any major expenditures that could significantly dig into the profits. After the release of Six Pieces by Sam Madsen, the Clancy Trust came under heavy scrutiny, and Sam and her children and her grandchildren should all have been covered under the trust, according to the wording revealed during an internal family conflict between Ron and Robbie Roottree. It seems that those who wrote the trust, Clancy Edward Roottree, at the direction of Elias Roottree, purposely deceived the rest of the family about the exact details of how it worked in an attempt to keep Sam and her father, Edward Clancy, his own twin brother, in comparative poverty. Because the rest of the family made money hand over fist, they had very little motivation questioning their understanding. Let me take a drink. Alright, he ensured Sam's family would get a share to help facilitate this. Will be part of the third party Ruby Legal Enterprise. We'll look at that next. This assures that the financial motives of Roottrees families will not interfere with the investigating into potential Roottrees. According to Clark's letter, however, some new family members are still doing their best to slow the investigation by refusing to answer questions. Probably Miracle. Under the name of head lawyer Ruby Spratt. Can't find much about the company from before this year, though all the article tells the same tale. After the fiasco and revelation of the Roottrees internal law group was complicit in such a cover-up, they hired outside counsel. The Ruby Legal Enterprise Group now seems to have ties to multiple aspects of Roottree Corporation, including the candy company and Roots. They were recently in the news to a highly profile lawsuit raised against Cicely Sanchez. Alright, that's someone else. Alright, we're getting into stuff. Should I look into Ruby Spratt? Okay, news thing. Ruby Spratt. Oh, was that my phone? I need to charge my phone as well. Hold on a second. What's that? Yeah, alright. Let me charge my phone. Let's see if we could do it while still standing. While I still have headphones on. Alright, okay, so let's see what happened. Information you can follow before her time is from a website from a magazine owned by a major airline. She was subject of one of the articles from recording series about modern day success stories. Ruby grew into foster care but excelled at school and earned a scholarship to study at Mid-Eastern University. There she graduated at top of her legal class and was quickly hired as a lawyer from a prominent firm. There are a few high-profile corporate-involved cases she was a part of. One was a legal consultant for a class action lawsuit against the manufacturer of steering wheel covers. Oh, okay. This seems important. Another was to help a local... Or maybe not, actually. Well, I'll keep it there. Another was to help a gas station chain in her hometown, Poland. The blurb ends by confirming her new firm a double threat. Her company's service are a cross between a traditional lawyer and a PR manager. Alright, who's Cicely Sanchez? Ooh. Is an author. Best known for Portrait of Changed Man. Keep an eye on that. Released in 1975. Her follow-up, Foreign Gospel, did not perform well critically. I mean, I'll search it. Why not? She has written a few more books since then, including a biography of Van Gogh, but her first two are her claim to fame. According to a site about author, Cicely is known for her non-fiction, with a focus on exploring darkness in the human psyche. Or psyche. Cicely, I picked her I mean, I might as well go in that. With an article about a book she had commissioned to write for Guy Hudson. The magazine and Cicely herself were merely issued a cease and desist due to his inclusion of pictures that she never had the rights to publish. The issue was pulled from store shelves, making it an instant collector's item, so it did came out though. Alright. So yeah, Cicely Sanchez and Portrait of Changed Man. Alright, let's go in the public library. Portrait of Changed Man. Non-fiction, Alprin. What if everything you stand for, everything you know to be true, today could disappear in an instant? All your politics, relationship gone and blink an eye. Would you still be you? Tells this powerful story about a man who woke up about being saved from drowning in his backyard pool and became an entirely different person. Included are interviews from those that knew him best before, as well as a one-on-one trend that paints an entirely different picture you won't be able to put down without wondering, what if that were me? Alright, but nothing was added on then? Okay. A man from a Catholic church who claims he was told by God that he should travel to Thailand and began to preach. Specifically with the God to convert 10,000 people. He returned to the United States after just over 2 years, claimed to have succeeded. This book tells his version of the story. Back to Sicily. Picoty. Magazine. There we go. Is a publication that, as far as you can tell, has no consistent theme. It tends to contain tabloid-esque articles that appeal to a wider variety of audiences. It appears in many grocery stores near the checkout line. Unlike traditional tabloids, it doesn't typically feature celebrities on the cover. Instead, it tends to latch on and create sensationalist headlines about whatever subject appears to be popular at any given time. In recent years, this has included Beanie Babies, Magic Eye Images, and even Red Bull. It's often come under fire for printing fiction along with facts. Picoty gets around this by stating in every issue that all of these articles are all the hearsay that's fit to print. At one point, Picoty ran an article about Cicely Sanchez, an author. I'll copy that. He claims to have written an unread book about Guy Hudson. The article was not even the main focus of the issue, yet the magazine was threatened legally by Roottrees Corporation. The particular issue, the Big Sassy Bass issue, was pulled from shelves. I think that... Alright, we'll see. It's now become a collector's item, especially among conspiracy theorists who tend to figure out what the Roottrees company was hiding. You find a recently finished online auction that listed a copy at over $1,000, though nobody bid. I mean, we could buy it now. I mean, we have the money now. Alright, in the issue that focused on the talking toy fish and the demonic messages it supposedly said at low batteries, Picoty had an article about a cancelled book by Cicely Sanchez. The book's subject was Guy Hudson. Issue was said to contain pictures, did not have the rights. It was pulled off shorts due to the recall. And what's the other thing I've written? Big Sassy Bass. Don't know if that's... Alright, same thing. I guess we'll look into it. Yeah, that's the fish. Alright, this is big. Holy. Bass eat blub. What's this utensil that will help you lose 50 pounds? Alright, let's see. This is a Guy Hudson. It seems that used photo, the magazine was pulled off shelves. And the version you found in the periodical search have relevant pages removed, rendering this magazine useless. Unless you want to read about a potentially demonic fish toy. It might be somewhere else for all I know, so... Should we just go... Should we... BC Sasbass? And I'll just copy Sicily Sensors. I don't think it'll be here. Anything about the Team Blast? It's called Big Sass. Oh, damn. There's a lot here. There's a talking fish that sits on a fake mound on your wall. Yeah, when you press it, it mimics your voice and insults you. Many people consider it a ripoff. And makes it clear that this one does not sing. A sardonic and sarcastic wit that will leave you reeling with laughter. It's oceans of fun for the whole family. You'll be hooked on this big sassy bass. The world reeling, oceans and hooked are conveniently bold in showing you recognize how clever the copywriter was. Recently, it appeared on the cover of a Picotee magazine in the same issue. The issue removed some stars. Okay. Now should be in Team Blast. No, Business Watch. Nope. You know, maybe I could find from the public library, but I don't think it's possible. Oh, wait. This is something new here. News Time briefly covered a lawsuit between Ruby Spread and Picotee magazine surrounding Cicely Sanchez. Alright, this is the spot they did. Alright. They said they didn't have the rights to distribute the photos. Picotee apparently announced that they will be pulling that issue the following day, the moment that Ruby Legal Enterprises sent them. This caused the issue to sell faster than any other magazine in history, though only for a day. Even people that never had normally purchased it went out of their way to buy one, just in case it would be worth something someday. It especially caught the eye of conspiracy theorists, who assumed that anything worth suing over would be hiding something. What's the story called? Yeah, we need to know what the name is. We go Ruby. What's the name? Sanchez? I don't think that's her name. I just combined their two names. Oh, here we go. They're on. Oh, they're on Business Watch. That makes sense. Yeah. Telegraphed as well as Ruby Spride and her company Ruby Legal Enterprises were featured in Business Watch after the company took over as keepers of the Clancy Trust. Articles about... It seems that... Alright, articles about them. It seems that Ruby actually approached the Roottrees sometime in late March after the Rootree rift. I haven't searched for that, right? Is that like later down? Or maybe I haven't. Let's see actually. Can I Yeah, hold on. Let's hit the Rootree riff. Or maybe I should read the wait, what's this older? Oh, is it the Clancy Trust? Wait, isn't this the same thing as this? After looking... This is the same thing. Alright, after looking... Bill, the family quickly jumped on this chance. Oh, hold on, move back. After the Roottrees rift, an accomplished but relatively low-profile lawyer, she offered work for very little money, so long as she could be the public face to build her reputation. The family quickly jumped on this chance, as many family members often attempt to spend as little as possible to keep their shares of the Clancy Trust as high as possible. After looking over the Clancy Trust more carefully than anyone had in years, Ruby came to the conclusion that Clancy Edward Rootrees' implementation was not legally sound, and that there would be constant legal challenges without some modifications. The family decided to put her in charge of the trust, both legally as well as public face, to prevent further issues. The Ruby legal enterprise has been described as a mix between law firm and program. Yeah, we heard her first move. The solve the trial before she was hired permanently was to help them draft a public statement accepting Sam into the family and declaring that they begin to address the Clancy Trust. This went quite well, and they officially hired her in early April. Ruby Legal is now in charge of many financial aspects of the company, including any claims to the trust, organizing the various charitable causes such as scholarships that have been set up in the names of deceased. Continue on. Nothing. News time, anything new? No. Piketty? I don't think anything here, right? Oh, we're stuck, man. Why am I leading? Like, we got so much stuff, but it all leads to, like, nothingness at the end. Sam Madsen. Reviews were mixed, and its time on the bestsellers list was limited to only 2 months. However, many urged umbrage with the timing of the release and the tone of the book, which seemed vindictive. Yeah, it makes sense that she made the book after Cal Rootrees' death. And his family, of course, the Roottrees sisters. The Roottrees are dead. Oh, I'm stumped, bros. Big sassy bass. Seems like there's something here, though. How do you get into this? It's probably gonna lead me, like, somewhere else. If I don't... Let's just look at the 6 pieces, the Roottrees rift. I mean, I searched this already, right? No, I haven't read this, right? The 3 press releases after the release of the 6 piece. The first was fairly standard. It stated that there were no president of the Roottrees company, but the entire family was made aware of the release of the book, and they would be meeting as soon as possible. Only then they could confirm and verify the legitimacy of the claims they raised and decide next steps. The second release was emailed to business newspapers 3 hours later and announced that after a vote, Ron Roottrees will be taking over. Should I look into Ron Roottrees, I guess? Or copy him over temporarily as an interim president. It also went on to state that Ron was aware of this book, he had verified the claims within, and would look into compensating Mrs. Madsen and her family immediately. Ron's a good guy, probably. It also stated that the family company lawyers would be taking immediate steps with the family to revisit the Clancy Trust terms to make sure nothing like this ever happens. But this is where this has brought us to this position, huh? It was quickly clear that business reporter and analysts at the time between the 2 press releases would not have been logistically sufficient to gather a majority of the family, even using conference calls. This was reported on many news channels, and a third, much shorter press release came the next day. He claimed that a draft of the announcement was made prematurely and that Clark Rafferty LaRoe and Ron Roottrees would be taking over the company's first joint president. It also stated that any compensation plan would be based on stringent verification. Yeah, why is this like a lot harder? Okay. This is ran an article about 2 months after the Rootree riff about what happened with the Rootree. The article mentioned that nobody in the Rootree that they reached out to was willing to go on record. Instead, the timeline of events have been constructed from public records accidentally and a source on the inside. The only part that are new to you are some vague parts, the one supposedly confirmed by the anonymous source. The timeline says that the family held a preliminary vote after Carl Rootree died, before the release of Six Piece, and decided they wanted Ron Rootree to take over because of his experience running RR Productions and because he was well known and a well-respected Rootree. Oh, so there's a bit of a... I'm telling you, there's some hostility between the two. Damn, I'm still lost though. I'm still... We've got, I don't know, Roottreemania, I guess? We searched this already, right? Actually, here we go. Pixie is not afraid to expose the deals that other publication would avoid. Shortly after the announcement that Jane Doe Rootree was not a Rootree, Piketty exposed personal details about the story. Here we go. They said Anomnon worked as a manager at a department store in North Carolina, and the daughter's name was Courtney May. Also said that the woman that vouched for her famous co-star they didn't invite is named Corinne S, and that she filed for bankruptcy. The article speculates that Anomnon and Corinne were in it together. It even speculates. Piketty is not a credible publication. That information wasn't particularly actionable. Very few people seem to care. That's important now. Oh shit, we still don't know her name though. I thought manager. We've got Courtney May. I don't know if Courtney May is gonna be a big search thing. Music? For all she know, yeah, for all I know, she could be from music. Ballad. Huh. Annoying mom, the annoying con. They also said the woman that vouched for her was Corinne S. Now I need to remember where that fits in the story. Do I have something here? Garland Elizabeth? Is this, what's the name? Oh, well, I don't know who it is. This must be a non-mom. But this is Connie May? Must be, right? If only I could get a picture here. I feel like we've done a lot. I don't know what else I could search, man. Guy Hudson. Kareen S. Yeah, I got nothing, bro. Where's that, 6 pieces? Oh, this. Joanna was Zach's secretary? Yeah. Still no pictures though, and unfortunately I can't like edit it. Yeah, just got these pictures. Man, this is tough. This is fucking tough. And I'm meant to find someone else? No, I don't think Van Gogh would. Should have got something, man. 8. I don't think I could go. Am I getting close? I don't know, man. The version you found on the periodical search has the relevant pages removed. This sucks, man. What else we got? Beth. Rochelle Zimmer from the Secret Roottrees. I don't know about this one. I'll just throw that away. We searched these two, didn't get anything. Kitty. Much has changed over the last months. One thing of the thing, although during your last search you only got a good look at the history page, the design itself has certainly become more sleek and very corporate. Gone is any history focusing on Elias Roottree. Instead, the site focused on the present status of their candy offerings with high quality JPEGs of each of their products. There are also some small ads for Root. Oh, there's a small memorial section For those that perished on the plane crash, including the Roottrees sisters, Kyle and Brenda. Kurt Johnson? Mark Sanchez. Alright, well, let's go through. Kurt Johnson. Were the co-pilots on the Rootree? Trish King was on the cabin on the private jet. Elizabeth Nicholson, who went by Eliza. Who's Eliza? Is that another person? Eliza Nicholson? She lived in a house with her family about 200 yards from the section of the woods where the plane crashed. She reportedly had a heart attack during the commotion, and her family were unable to reach emergency service due to an overwhelming phone line and ongoing storm. Her son-in-law managed to flag down an officer responding to the plane crash before it was too late. This must be the other Elizabeth, no? Alright, take a note of that name. If we go back to... I forgot what it was. The 6 pieces? Yeah, Elias had a secretary named Elizabeth. A different Elizabeth than the supervisor from the farm. Because the Elizabeth that supervised is... Yeah, the answer to this. Brazil? Should I put Brazil? See me in Brazil. Okay, what else we got? Actually, I think I'll just look into this. Yeah, the company... Bullitt County? What happened? Where do I go? Where do I go? Did you see Brian Jones? Oh, something happened. It seems Brian Jones, who has been busy updating Stephanie Jones' campaign website, 2 new sections exist. The first is a baby photo. There you see a picture of their new family together in the hospital. According to the site, our daughter was named after grandmother, which ended up being very fitting considering she was born the night before Christmas. The second is, what's next? There's not much substance there right now. They list some small accomplishments with finishes with the recent rise in popularity and controversy surrounding my extended family. There has been some extra attention to me. Stay tuned for announcements in the coming months about how I plan to use this publicity to accomplish bigger and better things. Alright. Yo, Brian looks happy, doesn't he? They're part of the Roottrees. Hang on a second. Where's Stephanie? Over here? Landon. That's her name, yeah. Is she part of the Roottrees? Well, I'm assuming. She's still a politician, right? I don't know what the baby's called, but... Is it on? Yeah, Shirley, right? Isn't this correct? Come on! What's that baby called? Do we see anything on the wrist? No. Guess we'll look in the periodicals. Oh. Nope. What's that kid called? Disaster, man. Well, it must be Jones, right? Oh. Yeah, it's Jones, alright. Maybe something on the thing is there. Our daughter was named after her grandmother. Alright, grandmother. So her grandmother must be, what was her grandmother? What, Angelica? No, that's not right. Clara. Angelica. I'm going a bit too far. Is it? Grandmother. Yeah, it must be Clara, right? Clara. No! Oh, Carol. I don't know. I didn't. We got through the hurdle. Man, that was tough. That was actually tough to get. I'm glad we didn't use the ducky. Give me something, Clark. I'm out. Oh, it's
Has Clark reached out to you?
Sam.
Well, let me give you a short history lesson about the last few months of my life. 3 different people contacted me, claiming that somewhere in their history, they might be Roottrees. First, that young man, the rapper. I ignored that one. He seemed dubious. But then I saw the news. I felt terrible. So I began helping the others. Because my doubts with Felix were so misfounded, I ended up putting too much faith in the second person that approached me. I went to the media prematurely. I admit my mistake there. But the third person who contacted me also had a credible case. Before I could help, the company got to them somehow. The fact that the family silenced them doesn't seem to fill me with hope when it comes to Clark's intentions. But you're making progress based on the leads he gave you. It's really hard for me to get a read on him. I've sent you the case I've been working on, and some company records I managed to track down.
Alright, here we go, okay.
The records are quite dense, but hopefully they're useful. Good luck.
Regina Clementine. Alright, hold on. We got so much stuff, holy. Well, got that right. Only, Joanna Fellows wasn't right. Unless the secretary, right? What he said? Never came home from the movie rental store where she worked the register. Yeah, isn't she in retail? Wasn't she in retail? It's not. There's no cash. Oh no, she was a cash. There's a cashier. Alright. Okay. Alright, let's look into some stuff. What's this? Regina Clementine email? This is all the information I have about Regina Clementine Nee Salazar from New Orleans, Louisiana, and her husband Stuart Clementine. She wrote me about a month ago. Apparently, the Roottrees lawyers went after her since then. Well, I don't understand who she is first. What was this? Alright, some staff records cross-referenced by Sam Madston. These records are based on an old taxi mail information. Only detailed the employees that work directly for Roottree or in their corporate office. The many laborers on the farms and in their factories are not listed. You're not sure how helpful it'll be except for cross-referencing guys, secretaries, and visitors overseas. Despising such people just because they are listed in this post will likely be very time-consuming and a waste of your time around. Alright, I muted myself. Whoops. Alright. Well, I gotta do something first. Oh, wait, I can't do it. Never mind. I'll do it later. Then. You're not sure how helpful it'll be except cross-referencing. The spider searching people just because they're listed in these books will likely be very time-consuming. Leadership. Zach Morden. Special management. Ernest Madsen Jr. Okay. Office staff. Wait, this was in 1975. Alright, so this is just everything. So this was when Zach... Who was Zach? Second, right? Third was Guy. Alright, lie. Joanna Robertson. That's a familiar name now. Sorry. Sorry, I actually burped there. I had to suppress it, but then I saw it actually go up on the mixer, I guess. Audio mixer. Alright, maybe not. Yep, don't know who this Joanna is, but okay. So we've got a few names here. Julian McCullen, Beth Knox. There's one here, apparently. John Oh. Elizabeth Farrow. There we go. I need to make a fucking note. Like... Okay, so we know... Wait. We have one of the... Wait, let me go here. Alright, hold on. So we've got Elizabeth Garland, which is... Wait, who's Elizabeth Nicholson? Oh no, that's someone else. Elizabeth Garland. Garland, who was the cafe... Well, not the cafe, it was farm secretary. Sam knew. Elizabeth Garland, farm secretary, Sam knew. Yeah, had a daughter, went, guys, party, and... Is that it? Yeah, fuck it. I'll save that note. I wish I could highlight this shit, but... This is a different one. This is... Oh, God. Well, alright, come back. Elizabeth Farrow. Oh, it's start raining again. Is that her name? Elizabeth Farrow? That must be one of the supervisors, right? 1976 to 90. So Guy got replaced by Ernie. As special management. Okay. Patrick Decker was hired. Eli C. Roottrees no longer applied. I wonder why. Who's Eli C? Christine Farrow was hired. Oh, right. That's their last names. No, but there's Garland now. Hold on a second. Christina Farrow. That's the daughter, right? Hold on. Wait. This is Joanna. Do I have a note on the... Okay, I have to run back. Run it back. News? No. News time? Who's this, right? Oh, I got it in Rochelle Zimmer. Christine Garland. She and her husband. So she was Christine Farrow before. Yeah, so this mean... I don't even know anymore. The fuck? This was Garland Farrow? Was she married back then? I don't even know, bro. Yeah, I'm a bit stumped. I need to know who her person was. Christine Farrow was hired. And you look back at the secretaries. Yeah, Elizabeth Farrow, Christine Farrow. You know what? Fucking make a highlight. Fuck's sake, dude. Make big highlights. Joanna Robertson. That's the name. No longer is listed. Joanna. That was her name beforehand. Wait, should I go with her actual name or her... Yeah, I forgot how I address these people. Like, should I go with their proper name or their birth name? Does it matter? Well, it doesn't matter. I have to find 4 more fucking people anyway, so... I mean, we're already approaching the... I'll give it another 20 minutes. Hit at 12 o'clock. Guy Hudson. Yeah, Patrick Decker. Eliza Street. Joanna Robinson. This is... Oh no, but Joanna Fellows was listed. Alright, so her... Yeah, so Robinson was... okay, furthest away. Joanna Fellows and Beth Knox are no longer employed on Roottrees. Christine Farrow is no longer among Hexford, but as Christine Garland. Oh, okay. So this must be Elizabeth Farrow then. I actually hate that. Yeah, that means Christine Garland married Steve. So is this even the right person? Why do I... Wait. Why do I think that... Oh, yeah. Why do I think it's Elizabeth Farrow? Maybe I'm a bit off on that. Christine Garland. John Miller is no longer Roottrees. Gwyneth. Okay, some expenses. Expenses? What's this one? Guy Hudson replaces Zach. Yeah, okay. So he has full reins now. Yeah, whatever, I don't remember. Edward Roottrees, Elizabeth Cravensworth, and Lloyd Carpenter no longer employed. Raffatoons is now listed as office staff. Alright, I didn't know that. Albert Cross and Fred Cross are no longer employed by Roottrees. Christine Garland is no longer working with for Roottrees. Okay, something happened, yeah, 998. Beatrice Watts and Corinne Schwartz were hired. You know, I have a feeling that this person is, alright, I'm going for a big... Yeah, I'm going for a big... Because it wasn't Elizabeth that had an affair with, was it? Should I look into the 6 pieces again? Elizabeth had a daughter who Sam never met, but who worked as one of Guy's secretaries. And then there's another Elizabeth. Huh? Sam knows Elias once had a secretary. A different Elias. Huh? Elias? I need to look back again. Was Elias the first one? No, it was Zach. Where's Elias? The last one? Oh, Elias is she's referring to the original Roottrees. I keep these juniors and all them stuff. Elias is the main person. Okay, so it's, yeah, so this is actually, what's the name? Christine. It's not Farrow, it's Christine Garland. And the guy must be Steve Garland. Stephen Garland. So she had, yeah, I'm definitely sure she had an affair with guy probably at one point. Yeah. And I think they eloped, married probably. I don't know. I don't know. She said it a year later though. Yeah, that's probably right. That's probably right. She probably had. Wait, that doesn't make sense. Yeah, maybe I'm off. Alright, anyways, Guy Hudson, yeah, Raffatoons. Christy Garland no longer worked in Roottrees. And how long she worked in there? About 2 years. Beatrice Watts and Caroline Schwartz. Oh, that's the person. There we go. Big. That's who Joanna was working with, right? Julian McCullen, Doris May are no longer employees. Lisa are no longer employed. Sam Cattrall. Residential office. Holy, this guy was busy. Look at all this. 5-piece flavor development caviar. 10k a month. So that's like 120k. Whoa. Hey, it did butterscotch. Wasn't that not bad? No? Oh no, it also was a failure as well because it, like the fillings were off. Anyways. Terry O'Connor was hired. Who's Terry? Who the fuck's Terry O'Connor? Susan Ford moved. Let's just see Thingamajig. Caroline Schwartz and Beatrice Watts are no longer employed. Was she there originally? No, Beth Knox. Wait, Beth? It's a Beth. Where was this Beth? I found. Alright, no, never mind. Different Beth. Well, no, I don't think that's the same Beth. Beth must be Elizabeth, right? Elizabeth. What am I doing? I'm like clicking things that I shouldn't be. Oh, I'll throw Beth Knox. I mean, I guess I deleted. William Sams, no longer employed by Roottrees. Emily Seinfeld, Gwyneth Marsden, Gwyneth Paltrow. Is this important? It seems important. Susan Ford. Well, I've got names. Catherine Garrett? Who the fuck's Catherine Garrett? I thought her name was Garland, no? Christine Garland. Alright, no, that's someone else. Fucking hell. Christine Garland no longer works. I'm like slurring my words. Oh no, Catherine. Oh no. Catherine Garrett was hired. Okay. There's like so many fucking people that were hired. More expenses. Fucking hell. Grandoff Dove. Oh, actually, I should check his fucking... Alright, yeah. That's important, I think. Grandoff Dove. What the fuck is that? 250k? Ernest Madsen Jr. replaced Guy Hudson. Carl Roottrees joins the special management. This is the fourth. Douglas was rehired. Douglas Rosenberg. Alright, Angela Ingram, Linda Lewis, Catherine Garr no longer employed. No secretaries are directly employed. Instead, uses a temp agency called Work Time Temp. I don't know if we should be looking at that. Cancelled. Strawberry. Zigua. Butterscotch. Yeah, this should be fucking cancelled. Root. Clothing reimbursement for Carl Roottrees. He spent 1 million. Man, Carl and his family should have died, bro. Carl and his family should have died. They had it all, bro. Alright, let's see the email. Who's Regina Clementine? I don't think we saw Regina Clementine throughout that. From New Orleans. Husband Stuart Clementine. Okay, maybe Stuart Clementine was there. I don't know if... Alright, let's just copy those names. I'm highlighting everything. It's gonna be fine. I think I need to take a drink of water as well. Rain stopped after I took a drink. Apparently, the Roottrees lawyers went after her since then. By the time I received her letter and called her, she told me she couldn't cooperate anymore. Her husband is a police officer and never knew his father. Told her he thought he might be a Roottrees, but he's estranged from his family and didn't want to pursue it because he had no proof. She wrote to me behind his back. Normally, I wouldn't be so sure, but she had pretty credible facts. Some of it I've been able to confirm. Stuart's mother was Mary Beth Clementine. Pretty well known in the 30s and 50s, a singer who went on to tour large churches. You could look her up online, and she was pretty big proponent of adoption. Does that mean... Hold on. Is there an adoption one? Yeah, it must be this one then. Maybe not, actually. Alright. I know for the fact that she came to Butler Country a few times. I remember her from when I was younger. And Regina said that Stuart... Who's Regina? Oh, Regina Clementine, yeah. Regina said Stuart told her that they will always seem to spend a lot of time at the Miracle Church. Alright, here we go. This might be Miracle's... He might be a father of Miracle? Hello? She sent me a photo to prove that who she says she is. I've attached it to this email. Sam Madsen. 6 pieces on Rapid Events out now. Please consider saving a tree and not putting this email. This is the picture. Sam Madsen, a woman named by Regina Clementine, came to her. This is Mary Beth. The woman in this photo is Mary Beth, a singer who may had an affair with Miracle. Who's this fucker though? Oh, Stuart is the older boy wearing the vest. Right. The woman in the photo is Mary Beth. Who the fuck is this guy though? That doesn't look like Miracle at all. He looks like the Elias Jr. No. Never mind. Alright, pull it back. I guess we'll just search Regina Clementine on the web. I meant... That's not how I spell Clementine. Oh no, there was an N there. Clement... Is it not? What? Oh, is that not a name? What? Oh no, it's Mary Beth Clementine I should be looking for. Yeah, what the hell, dude? Mary Beth Clementine was a singer, most popular in the years 1942 and 1959. She traveled around the country performing at churches. Her repertoire was a mix of religious and popular songs. And although she recorded a few records, they seemed lost to time. The only one you find was a cover of He's Got the Whole World in His Hands, released the label New Edison. Yeah, that's an actual song. One thing Mary Beth was known for was her adoption. She listed on many sites. She mentioned adoption and the history of adoption. She adopted 2 children in the late 1940s, Stuart and Mark. Okay. Stuart or Mark, huh? She also spoke as an advocate for the benefits of adoption in front of the United States Congress in 1949, who were convening to debate, discuss the then recent first adoption of African-American child to... Oh, let's go back. She also advocated for the benefits of adoption in front of the United States Congress in 1949, who were convincing to debate and discuss the then recent first adoption of an African-American child to a white family. Alright. She was specifically there to detail her experience going through the system to adopt Stuart. Her other son was adopted later, and according to the single line on the adoption side, under unusual circumstances. It is surfaced that Mary Beth has been twice divorced, both times to her manager Sterling. Huh? Fuck? Oh, poor Mary Beth though, died at the age of 76. So which one's Thingamajig here? Split up. Is this Sterling? Yeah, if this is yeah, it must be this one. Potential infidelity too here. Oh no, but there's no adoption, the fuck? Yeah, and I put it down, it's Elias. Yeah, 1949. It must have been this one, right? Oh, but where's the adoption though? Where I'm gonna put Stuart in all this? Oh, I'm a bit lost. Yeah, what the hell? Unless I go here, adopt Stuart, Regina. Oh, I'm a bit confused. But this says in 1921. I'm confused. Wait, does it... Wait, what if this leads to... No, I don't think so. Yeah, I'm so confused. What the hell? Manager Sterling. Who's Sterling? I guess we gotta search into the outlet or something. All the I don't think it's this. Oh no! Whoa! Oh, is this the same thing? Oh no! Yeah, whole world. Oh, new label, new Edison. Should we be looking into that? It was a small record label. Gone to the website about the history of the record sounded. It was named after its founder, Sterling Edison. There we go. So look into Sterling Edison. Alright, never mind. Its biggest claim to fame is being sued by the estate Thomas Edison, Edison Records versus Edisol. You can also find a few references to New Edison and Mary Beth Clementine on sites about all records. One collector says the Holy Grail is a re-release of the old rugged cross. Okay. It says that the original, the first edition was originally published before she legally changed her name. Other side claims that the police has to be called to New Edison Records after its owner, Sterling Edison, got into a physical alteration in the public leading to the divorce. There are no sites or evidence, and the site content seems to be user submitted. At the bottom of the page, the phrase, "Send me your stories about old Hollywood," and I'll add to them. Oh. Yeah, you know, this Mary Beth Clementine's a bit interesting. It says, the other son was adopted later, Mark. And according to a single line on the adoption side, under unusual circumstances. That's a bit weird, isn't that? You know? Ooh, when it was first reviewed by the magazine, however, it was listed as the artist Mary Beth Quaker. Okay, now that's getting interesting now. Mary Beth Quaker. Well, where did I put that? It actually has a different name? Okay. Unless I search Quaker here. No. Business Times, Buller County. Just search New Edison, I guess. And Sterling Edison. It might be just here again. Quite an overlap. There are countless advertisements for various popular songs and covers. They all start to blend together. When you start scanning for the results for anything other than the advertisement, sued by Edison Records. I think I'll look back into that as well. By the time the magazine covered, it seemed like the lawsuit settled Alan Card. The owner, who went by Sterling Edison, said he likely created a new record company. Because there's no evidence anywhere that he did. Okay, Sterling Edison seems interesting. I'll search Sterling Edison one more time, yeah. Yeah, alright, back to the search. Edison Records versus Edsel. I'll highlight that. Search. Alright. First named after Thomas Edison, the history of the company seemed very important except for potentially a lawsuit filed in 1949. Edison Records versus Edsel. A website about the lawsuits mentioned that this is as a fun case because the name of the lawsuit was actually the biggest problem for the person being sued. A record producer who called himself Edison was immediately outed as not being named Edison, so his name's not. Edsel was a German name, and at the time of the founding, the company's founder immediately settled to try to get the case to go away, but the damage was done. Alright, so his name is Sterling Edson. Edsel. Alright. I don't know where to put this here. What the fuck? Did she split up? I'm so confused. Like, who's this? Oh, who's Doe John? Why is that, like, filled in? She said adoption, right? So shouldn't... What? Yeah, what's this red? I don't understand this red. Like, out of wedlock or something? And I was like... Eloise, red line. Yeah, what does the red line mean? Tips. Second cousins. People that share. I got nothing, no. Yeah. She didn't have a kid. I don't understand. Yeah, I don't understand. This must be Mary Beth Quaker then. Yeah, Mary Beth Quaker, who was a musician. But she had a divorce. See, that doesn't make sense, right? I don't get this Doe John. Sterling. Edsel. That doesn't make sense, right? They married and adopted Stewart, right? I'm so confused. What the hell? Doe John. Did they split up? I'm so good. I don't think this is the right one. It's the only one with adoption on it. She adopted Stewart, right? Man, I'm confused. Yeah. Singer who may had an affair with Miracle? It doesn't look like it. Who's this guy? What else do we have? We looked at the email. I think we should call it a day. I mean, I did it, I guess. Like, what else is there? I guess I have to figure out these records. And alright, we'll call it a day. We'll call it a day. Alright, so that was the Roottrees are dead, but the Roottreemania. Yeah, I'm a bit, I don't know, stunned maybe? I don't know. Maybe tomorrow, because we've been through a lot already. We'll get a fresh mind going into it. But yeah, I think we're still progressing well. Just gotta figure out Miracle, maybe? Look into Miracle? Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, that's it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed this session of the Roottrees are dead. I'll see you guys next time and catch you guys later.